Welcome back. Virtual learning is a whole new world for many students, and along with it can come risks like cyberbullying, and parents need to be aware.
Rania Mankarious, Executive Director with Crime Stoppers of Houston, joins us now to explain how and why cyberbullying is happening during remote school settings. Rania, it's always great to see you. Happy Friday. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me. I think this is an important topic. I'm happy to be here.
You know, this is a very important topic because as our kids are now in the virtual setting, regardless of their age, as we say with the virtual world anyway, with bullying, on cyberbullying, there is no escaping it.
There's no escaping it. And listen, across the country, we have roughly 56.6 million elementary and secondary school kids doing remote learning in some way or another. In Houston alone, around 210,000 kids. So there's a lot of kids that have literally opened the doors to their homes to everybody in their class. And it's created a completely new dynamic, a whole new set of issues for these kids that are just trying to navigate a whole other spectrum for cyberbullying. So it's an important conversation for us to have and really challenge parents and kids to think about, and teachers and school administrators as well.
You know, it's really interesting that you say that because I never even considered this before. With one click, suddenly all of your peers have a window into your world, you know, what your home looks like, your living environment. What kinds of conversations, Rania, should we be having with our young people about, you know, the images that they're putting out there and also the things that, you know, make us different from other people?
It's so important. It really resonated with me to hear a student actually say this. She said, you know, for so long I've created an image that was my school image. And now all of a sudden I have to grapple with the fact that my home life doesn't necessarily mirror that image or match that image in any way. And now everybody in my class, everybody in my specials, my teachers, everybody that I go to school with can see my room, my home, maybe that I have to share a room, etc. So we're challenging parents to sit down and have conversations with kids about something they haven't really thought about, but what is their child's image? What are they trying to portray to their friends? What does it mean to them? Why? And what is a healthier approach to this? And then on the other hand, and I got some pushback for this, but listen, there are so many kids that are doing their Zoom classes like in their beds, like tucked under the covers.
Oh.
And it is distracting. It is distracting for your peers. It's distracting for teachers. Think about the fact that anything can be screenshot.
Yeah.
Somebody can be taking a picture of the Zoom session. It is not about material wealth or setting up a gorgeous Pottery Barn desk. It's just about sitting up. Your kid shouldn't be laying down on the couch, laying down in a bed, laying down on the floor. Wherever they are doing their remote learning, have them sit up and remember that at any moment somebody could be taking a photo of them or filming them, and in whatever position they're in, it's just something we need kids to think about.
For sure, it's something that we need to be aware of. And by the way, just sitting up too allows you to be present, sort of in the moment, ready to learn, not in sort of that relaxed state. But there are predators out there, and we have to remember that. I think this is really interesting too, and there are so many, besides this sort of school image versus real school reality, there's also the factor of kids at home with any kind of issues. So the background noise, maybe the yelling or anything else happening within the home, it's hard to escape that.
It really is. And so we're urging parents, and look, we all understand we're all dealing with this pandemic. It's been many, many, many months of us being at home. People have lost their jobs. Tensions are high. We know that family violence is on the rise across this country. But we don't want kids to risk truancy. We don't want kids to feel like they can't log in. They're so unsure of what's going to erupt behind them that they'd rather just not attend remote learning. So we're pleading with adults to please be mindful of the fact that we want our kids to attend class. We want them to feel safe to do so. And then maybe urging kids to seek help. Find a trusted adult you can talk to about the dynamics in your home and help the family find a path to solution, health, and wellness. We really want to think about every possible factor that goes into a child's well-being as they are, forced, really, to do this remote learning.
And Rania, we have just about 90 seconds left, a couple more points to get to. I know that the school year for many folks just started, right? But already you have evidence that while these teachers are teaching on Zoom, there are kids using other platforms, open chat rooms, talking about other students who are on that screen, doing the bullying on the side. What do you do if you are a child in that situation, if you are a parent and you are aware this is going on? Because clearly, you know, disciplining students can't happen now in the classroom. It has to happen in a different way. So what do we do?
Well, there is a moral code of conduct for every school, and it applies whether you're sitting in school or doing remote learning, and you have to behave as a good digital citizen or as a good citizen in your school. But listen, those Zoom sessions, those chat boxes, I've seen some that are roaring with cyberbullying. I mean, it's chat after chat, entry after entry, and teachers can only do so much. I applaud every teacher across Harris County and across this country. But we're asking parents to ask the schools, who's monitoring the Zoom chats? Some schools are hiring college students to just monitor the Zoom chats. Some schools are disabling them so students can't interface with each other. But we're asking parents to be aware of it. Children, kids, if you feel that you're a victim of cyberbullying, and by the way, this is a little different than name calling. We're not just talking about name calling. We're talking about repeated harassment. Report it, take pictures of it, make sure you report it to the schools, make sure you reported it to a parent, a trusted adult. If necessary, you do get law enforcement involved, but keep track. Let teachers know, let adults know, keep track of what's taking place, because it's in all of our interests to get you the safety, the help you need. Again, we don't want truancy. We don't want kids to feel like they can't dial in and that they are safer if they just don't participate in these Zoom sessions.
All of this is great information. You say also to keep a lookout for social changes, any kind of behavior in your children. And by the way, documenting that cyberbullying, you can screenshot that information there on any device that you're using. Rania, it's always great to chat with you. You always have great information.
Thank you so much for having me. It's so good to see you guys.
Take care. All right, and after the break on Houston.